Hi everybody, so this is the very first video I will be showing that's actually a performance at New York City Ballet. This is Flower Festival in Genzano, and I'm not worried so much about copyrights on this one because it is a universal ballet that's done by many companies. It could still get pulled, but there is no copyright stamp on it, so I'm not that worried. So I want to take you through this. This video style is how they film ballets at New York City Ballet. There's a close-up view to learn steps, and there's a wide view to learn spacing. So that's just a little insight right there. This is how we got videos at New York City Ballet, so please ignore that. But my partner is Allen Peiffer, who is now a teacher with SAB, and he occasionally still does Drosselmeyer. But this is a Bournonville ballet, very light, very fun, no real story other than the fact that you're like happy peasant people dancing around. This step right here, cabriole on one leg, oh, so awkward. So awkward, and it's how you start. Ballet, cabriole, cabriole. It's so hard to keep it turned out, so hard to make it look decent, and I love how you start the ballet with that. It's a very fun ballet. It's difficult because you really don't get to leave the stage that much, and you just have to look like you're having the time of your life, and you're trying not to breathe too hard. Allen Peiffer, fabulous dancer, best turnout, I know. He's like completely flat turned out. It's rather unfair. But he was great to work with. I loved dancing with him. I also did this role with David Protus, who is now on tour with American in Paris. So go David. And this little pas de deux coming up, it's a very interesting pas de deux because it's a lot of flirtation. There's not a lot of actual partnering, but that was the style back then. You know, Bournonville is some of the early days of ballet where there was not a lot of complicated partnering involved, and it was a lot of peasant dresses and a lot of romantic style ballets. See this little bourrée around? And then this right here, this lift to the front, développé arabesque, it's on flat. And I always found that interesting. And penché on flat. Don't get me wrong, it made it easier, but it's just very old-fashioned ballet, and that's one of the beautiful things about this, is that it's an ode to early days of ballet when everything was about peasants and peasant dresses. And I loved this costume. It was so flattering. See, even here, little like, ooh, flirt, ooh, I'll look at you, oh, nope, okay, oh, maybe he'll look at me. You know, it was just very flirtatious. Let's see, he runs, oh, I'll go back to her. There's got to be a where'd she go moment in here somewhere. We'll wait for it. This little penché, I love this little penché, développé into front, not arabesque, that's not arabesque, and see, like, run over here, oh, give him my hand, oh, nope, that's a black swan moment. See, it's all very basic partnering. There are barely any turns, there are no lifts, first of all, and this little head, it's all just fun. Attitude, penché back, classic step for this. Honestly, the hardest thing about Bournonville really is that things are smaller and very precise, and it's a different kind of style, and it takes a lot of energy, and so you really, as you'll see in a minute, even during each other's solos, we don't go off stage. That's the hardest part, is to stand there, look like you're having the time of your life, and not breathe too hard, yet get enough breath and oxygen for your next solo. This little penché here, I've got my hands behind my back, and he is holding onto my hands. It's very challenging to make it look seamless. Okay, your turn to dance, Mr. Perfect Flat Turnout. Show us what you got. So he does, see, it's all very small, the arms are very low, it's all kinds of petite jumps, petite allegro, lots of beats, and that was just his, Bournonville's specialty. See, look, oh, he's so turned out. Allen just has a lightness about him that he made everything look so easy. Look, these little like pas de bourrée turns and then this double rond-de-jambe thing is so hard, especially for a guy, all these teeny tiny little steps. And Allen is actually fairly tall, so, you know, he just did a great job. All right, so then he says, all right, darling, it's your turn. Great, I'll start with a big diagonal of brises because it's the most favorite step in the world. Not really. This is really hard. Brise, 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 pas de bourrée. And it's so, again, little and quick, and you have to make it look so light Like, you know, I do this every day in a field, you know, skipping around. This little thing, double rond-de-jambe, 1, 2, 3. Again, getting that foot off the floor enough to have it point, to have it show in that amount of time. Okay, here's the famous step from this. You have to do arabesque, second arabesque. I cheat it slightly. I go up, take a slow arabesque, then a second arabesque. Yeah, that was my way of doing it. That's the way they coach us to do it, is slide into it so you can balance and not make it look awkward. So this last one, 1, 2, 3. These little pas de deux, this was the worst part for me. Trying to control my feet and then into a double rond-de-jambe. And using the skirt and looking sparkly-eyed. So hard. And then these coupe jetés, there should be a pas de deux in between each one. I'm kind of doing a little soutenu thing. That's a cheat and a mistake, but I had kind of, at that point, lost all feeling in my legs. So I took the easy way out on that one. Mr. Peiffer again, doing his perfect double tours. Other side, see, he has to do them to both sides. And a third time. Like classical ballet, pas de pas is in threes a lot of time. You do 3 of things. Lots of, like I said, little steps. Lots of cabrioles. So many cabrioles. And look, I'm on the side right there trying to look, oh, just happy and joyous. And I'm like breathing like, and you can't make it look, you know, you can't bend over like you do when you go off stage. You know, you have to just stand there and look pleasant. That's what's so hard about this. It'd be so much easier if you could go off, wow, that was great, Allen. If you could go off stage and breathe, it'd be so much easier. All right, here come the famous Bournonville jetés that I was known for, quote unquote. There. Again, it is very quick, so you have to look controlled, doing them to both sides. It's basically a grand jeté with an attitude back leg. 2 saut de basques. This was my favorite part. This little relevé, écarté. That was fun. And right here, you're kind of at the home stretch, so you get a second wind on this turn sequence. Hop, 2, 3, 4, en dedans, pas de deux out of it. 1, that was not good. En dedans, soutenu. All right, here comes a little coda. Keep breathing, keep breathing. Here's where you actually do the most partnering. Again, it's not a lot, and it can get very awkward because he's got you by the waist, and you have to do all these little hops, as you'll see in a minute. Whoops, front arm. This is like the fun but incredibly awkward part because he literally is like throwing you around on these little double rond-de-jambe things. And then you have to do a jeté. Oh, let's do the other side. Okay, and hop, and jeté. Hey, you know what? Let's do it again. Okay, around the corner. So you can get really frantic and you kind of feel like you have no control. Oh, we do it 4 times. And then all Bournonville ballets, pretty much, at least the ones I've seen, have this little step, this little like pot, I don't even know what that is, a little balance thing. And an en dedans pirouette, which is so interesting to do in the middle of a ballet. Just 4th en dedans, and then finish with the attitude roll penché. But you do, by the end of that finale, it's just so fun and the music is so lively, you do get a second wind. It's like the variations in the middle are the hardest part to do. Instead of the end, because it's like, oh, we're almost done. But it's fun, and you get to hop. So yeah, thank you, Allen. You're amazing. I hope that they allow this video on YouTube. I cannot imagine they won't, because every company does Flower Festival. And typically the videos that are copyrighted have property of New York City Ballet on them, and this one did not, so that is why this is on here. Here you go, bowing in front of the golden curtain. If you didn't know how that's done, 2 stage hands. Just pull the curtain back with their hands. And that's how you get the little place to bow. I don't know if any of you ever know that, but there are 2 stage hands back there holding the curtain, and then they'll release it, or not, maybe, I think we get a second curtain call. Yeah, come back out. Yeah, they're just holding the curtain. Just a little fun fact. So that was Flower Festival, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. I loved this ballet. It was just such a joy to do, even though it was very difficult. It really is a test of your technique. But I'll see what other ballets I can put up here. Again, I don't want to do anything that could be copyrighted or get in trouble, but I will keep you posted on that. If you missed my health update video, it's right there. You can click it to watch. Love you guys so much. Hope you're doing well, and I'll see you next time.